Sit. Up, up. Level. Come on.
Things are hopping here at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart, Arkansas. Welcome to the Super Retriever Series. I'm Tommy Sanders along with Sarah Sanford. And Sarah, you have a future Super Retriever there, but we got some full-grown performers in the field today.
Yeah, we sure do. Wyatt is dreaming of making it to the Retriever Finals.
But right now, we're headed into the second flight of the series. 3 dogs today will move on to join the 3 that advanced from the first series to go on to the finals. We've got dogs from as far away as Ontario, Canada, and some local dogs as well, some serious competitors.
And as you can see, we got the Big Air on the way as well. Get ready, a lot of fun. Ready to go here in Stuttgart, Arkansas on the Super Retriever Series.
The final round of our Big Air competition will determine which of these 6 dogs has enough leaping power to compete in the 2002 Great Outdoor Games. In the end, only one will take the honor, so it's important for each dog to jump his best today. Every competitor has 3 attempts to make that winning leap. The dogs are ready. Let's see who can do it. This is Magic, handled by Randy DeLay. Randy is an Arkansan. Their qualifying leap was 16 feet 5 inches.
No, sit.
Magic and Randy love to hunt. Magic loves to retrieve. Loves to jump as well. Very nice job by Magic. Smaller dog gets a lot of height. Uses all of the dock and a jump of 18 feet 1 inch. Casey is coming up next. Casey, a smaller dog, an English Springer Spaniel, handled by Tim Baker of Springfield, Missouri. And Casey's a little bit too hesitant there. Boy, she could have kept that good speed up. It would have been a much better jump. Coming up next, this is Hunter, Yellow Lab. His team is from Sherwood, Arkansas. Jay Robinson is the handler. They jumped 13 feet 8 inches in the qualifying round. Jay says he has a little trouble with the stay command, but seems to be holding fairly steady here as they get ready.
You ready?
Distance to beat now, 18 feet 8 inches.
Run, go, 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 go!
Good speed for a big dog. And a fairly good leap. Again, a big dog, not going to get a lot of height off the end of the board. The hunter makes a lot out of the gifts he has been given. Here we go. Take a look at the leaderboard after jump number 1 and Magic on top. 18 feet 1 inch. Tank, Hunter, all in there. We'll have the second round of jumps coming up a little bit later, and the Retrievers on the Super Retriever Series from Stuttgart.
Thanks, Tommy. This is the second flight of the Retriever competition. I'm with Justin Tackett, and we're looking at a tough course and winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour. This is Chris Stoddard and his dog Smoke from Ontario, Canada.
Smokey and Chris are all the way from the Great White North to come down here and compete, try to get a shot at the Great Outdoor Games. Ton of suction pushing the dogs to the left. So if I was him, I'd stick my left hand in my pocket and run this thing with right back. Nice angle back.
There's a point of land out there that seems to be drawing the dogs over to the left.
Nice job so far.
Now this is a blind retrieve, which means the bird's been planted out here already. The dog does not know where it is.
Pushing him over.
Now for every one of those whistles, that's a 2-point penalty. That's called a minor penalty. There's also a major penalty they can get out here, and that's a 5-point penalty. But each one of these is a 2-point penalty.
With that wind, Chris is doing a great job just keeping him tight. Okay, sir, let's take a quick look at the course. He just picked up the first of the 2 blinds. His first mark's coming out to the left at about 85 yards. He's got a big swing to the right at 125 yards. Then he comes back to the middle for a 240-yard go bird. He's got a lot of land, water, land stuff, so he's really going to have to drive it. Then he's got to line up and run that real nasty blind at about 150 yards. Okay, shooting that first mark right here. Oh, he's got a break. He's got to get him back.
And not only is a break a 5-point penalty, but you can also see Smoke is thrown off. He can't take any reference now from Chris.
You know, by moving and being a little unsteady at the line, he gets so far out in front it totally disorients him for the other 2 shots. So in essence, what's going to happen here is he's going to run 4 blinds in 1 mark. We're going to find out how this dog can handle it. The important thing for everybody to remember is the fact that this is a team concept.
They really do have to work together. They have to respond to each other. Oh, now that's called a pop. That's when a dog stops. That's a 5-point penalty. Stops, doesn't have the confidence to just keep moving forward and looks back for directions.
Every bit of trouble he's having right now is just piggybacking off of the fact that he was unsteady at the line and he wasn't able to mark things. So he's a little confused right now, disoriented.
Back!
Ah, he handled him back. That shows you right there the dog is marked quite a bit better than Chris had. The Labradors probably have 200 years of genetics from a marking standpoint on their side. We got 50 or 60 at best.
And that's where the trust has to come in on the handler's part.
Okay, he should be moving out to his 185-yard mark on the right now. Let's check and see if he's remembered this thing. So good memory. If you'll notice, a lot of the handlers will key their dogs. Get your mark, something to that effect, to make sure that those dogs remember that mark, they're lined up on it correctly, and he smacked this one. Stepped right on it.
Back!
Showing him to line. Here we go.
Now, you heard him say, way out, line, line. So what he's telling him is,
Back.
it's a long ways out. It's great communication there at the line.
Sarah, other than the pops, he's had a fantastic run. If he hadn't had that break, he'd have nailed this thing.
Now with this wind, he's really up against it. This blind is 150 yards out there, and the further out he gets, the harder it is to hear.
I am very impressed with Smoke and Chris right now. These guys are very strong.
He's a little bit tentative here, but he's holding the line, moving forward, and he has seen the blind.
Very nice job by Chris and Smoke.
Well, that's a solid first run, and 44 points are going to be tough to beat.
I'm Freddie King. I'm from Searcy, Arkansas. This is my buddy Casey right here. His full name is King's Casey Mount Casey, and he's 3.5 years old. My plan when I first got Casey was to have a real good duck dog. I could see something a little bit more in him. His steps, his progress was just right in line and even above. So I just kept pushing him. Next thing I know, hey, I've got a real good dog here. Let's see what he can do. And so we just got him out there and started field trialing. No bird.
Well, let's see what this local team can do. Getting set up for the blind.
Freddie is the rock and roll leader of the field trial community, Sarah. He's a pistol, let me tell you. Casey's a very nice dog.
Back!
Casey has some experience. And not rushing out into that cold water, huh?
Oh, Casey's like, man, the wind is blowing a little too much for this.
Now, Freddie's trying to keep Casey to the right of that point of land out there. And that has drawn some dogs over onto it. And he's working hard to keep him to the right.
Just like you said, Sarah, there's a ton of suction over it. With that point and the wind blowing just right to left, it makes it extremely difficult.
Right. Back!
Got to get the left hand out of the pocket there.
These two work really well as a team, and you can see he's sent him straight to the blind.
All right, he's got about 14 points. Let's see how he swings and marks.
Here.
Nice job there.
Heel.
Very nice.
There's where you can see how well they work as a team. You'll see Casey stays parallel with Freddie's arm.
Casey is a duck dog. He can swing right to left very well. Comes back to the middle with a good heel. Back in position. He is following that gun barrel. That's as good as you will ever see it.
And no points accumulated on that middle bird.
Good. No. Good. Good bird.
heading out into the blind, and this is that tough, tough blind.
Sarah, he has absolutely smacked every mark so far on this course. This is his last blind. If he picks this up clean, he's going to have a really good shot to make it to the finals.
2 points with each one of these whistles. But that's the nature of handling. You have to whistle to keep control of your dog out there.
Sir, you're right. The judges are looking at about a 10-foot window there. They're wanting the teams to stay right in line. If they get off a little bit, they run the risk of getting that 5-point deduction for taking a bad line.
He's out in that area where a lot of dogs have ended up offline, and he has himself wrapping up with 43 points, which we hope is low enough to get him into the finals of the Super Retriever Series.
Shake it off? Want to shake it off?
Welcome back to the second flight of the Retriever competition in the Super Retriever Series. This is Dan Kilty from Cato Mills, Texas, and his dog Bugsy.
What?
Bugsy is a big, hard-running dog. A lot of fun to watch. He's a fire-breathing dragon out there.
And he holds a great line.
Get him in there. Get control of him. This is big wind out here.
Sit. Stay. One. Sit. Here. Sit. Sit.
Bugsy was a little loose at the line, so he's going to line him up.
Bugsy.
Driving him deep. 240-yard long mark.
Bugsy really runs with confidence. He does not take his time heading out to a mark.
He's doing surprisingly well in my mind, just because he is such a big, hard-running dog. This is a very technical course. It could mean trouble for a dog that goes that hard.
Now this is that mark that's given a lot of dogs trouble, but he seems to be responding well right now to Dan.
Easy. Bugsy.
Short mark, about 80, 85 yards.
You can hear how quietly he said Bugsy's name descending from the line. That means it's a nice, in-close mark.
Lining up for the blind. Let's see what kind of line he's going to.
What?
You hear how loudly he yelled back. That means that's a ways out there, Bugsy, and just run. This is where the wind is really giving him a fit. He's running straight into the wind and through water.
And then just a long shot. This is a very tough situation. Oh, right by the pole.
Every single one of these whistles that Bugsy doesn't respond to is a whistle refusal. That's a 5-point penalty, and you can see Dan is frustrated.
He's probably 400 yards away from the handle right now. You got to get him back in. A long way to get him in.
Now that staccato whistle means come on back to me. And Bugsy's finally coming back in. But right now, a total of 58 points. We're still headed for the blind. There he's winded it, and now he's going to get to it. But a total score of 58 points, that's got to hurt.
That's got to be disappointing, especially with the line he had out of the gate of the blind. It was a nice line that we've seen so far.
See ya here.
Here's the Arkansas team, Chris Aiken and his dog Boomer, who's 3 years old.
Chris is an outstanding pro trainer from Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Getting out onto the blind now. That point of land seems to be pulling Boomer off to the left. It could be a real problem. He's managed to get him around it, but he keeps drifting to the left.
That wind is really, really tough on him out there. Boomer is another hard-running dog, and you can tell he is just wound up. Man, he's sky high right now. Oh, he's getting all he can get out of that whistle, isn't he?
He sure is, and still, he hasn't gotten him over to where he needs him to be. There's your blind.
I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to have to get Boomer under control. He's got the blind there, but he is wound up. I don't think I've ever seen this jacket.
See it. Here. Here. See it. See it. See it. Here. 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 See it.
Oh, he's pulled back to the first mark. He's a little loose.
Now, he didn't mark the go bird. He didn't mark the bird that he's supposed to go and get first off.
He's going to have to stand and line him up. That's going to be a 25-point penalty.
There's a designated bird they have to go and get first off after that blind. It's a 25-point penalty if you don't do that. And he obviously felt he had to let him do that.
Yeah.
Now, with a total of 50 points, it's a tough place to be going into the third mark with a blind still to go. Anything goes wrong out here, and he's out.
I know he's got to be disappointed in this. He's still hanging in there, but with that blind coming.
Oh, that's a heartbreak to hear Chris asking him very quietly, slow down, get on something dry. The dogs just can't hear when they're running in this wind and in this water. And Chris and Boomer just haven't been able to get it together today. Wrapping up with a total of 82 points, this just wasn't their day. We've got more retriever action to come.
I'm Chris Stoddart from Lanark, Ontario, Canada. This is Rebel. He's a Chessie. He'd never been on a dock before. Well, I was coming to the Super Retriever Series, and this guy likes to jump out of the boat pretty good, so I was kind of talked into running him in the big air, so we gave her a shot.
Rebel is the only Chesapeake we'll be seeing in competition today. Of course, we have seen Chris Stoddart before out on the retriever track with Smoke.
Sit.
Rebel is ready to go. Beautiful Chesapeake. Loves to retrieve.
Sit. Sit.
13
Sit.
feet
Heel.
even in the first
Heel.
go-around.
Heel. Heel. Here. Sit.
A little bit trouble getting
Sit.
focused here, but we are now ready
Sit.
to go.
Sit. Sit. Watch. Sit. Hey, up, 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 up. Rebel!
Oh! What happened right there certainly lost some feet. Let's take a good look. Look at the end of the deck here, and Rebel plainly overshoots it, pushing off from the bottom portion of the wood there. That's disappointing because that was starting to look like a really good jump. Danny Cruz and Tank, we saw them at the Sporting Dog Challenge last year and the ESPN Great Outdoor Games in Lake Placid, New York. Their first jump, 17 feet 9 inches, so they are pretty much in mid-season form here in Stuttgart today. Tank, another big dog, loves to chase the tennis balls and chase the frisbees around.
Go, 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 go!
Just looks like he's having what a great effort there. 18 feet, 8 inches for Danny Cruz and Tank. Let's see how you move a lot of dog through the air. You got to have a couple of rockets for back legs, and Tank definitely has that. Melissa Holden and Wally, the last pair to jump in the second round. They had a qualifying jump of 14 feet 1 inch. First round jump, they had 15 feet 1 inch. They're looking to keep that improvement going. This pair from Clinton, Mississippi.
Wally!
He loses a little bit of speed at the end of the dock, but uses it to translate into height. Take a look at this dog getting way up there and way out there. 16 feet 1 inch for Melissa Holden and Wally. There's your leaderboard. Tank on top with 18 feet 8 inches. We have 2 more teams left to compete in the Retrievers. Let's go over.
My name is Keith Allison. I'm from Pea Ridge, Arkansas, and this is Cosmo. His registered name is Blue Goose. It's Cosmo Connection. He usually runs for anywhere from 95 to 100 pounds. I don't know exactly how tall he is, but he's fairly tall, fairly long dog. He has had to run through a lot of heavy cover and things of that nature, maybe some real muddy water and things that really take a lot of strength to get through. And extra strength has really helped him plow through some obstacles and made a difference.
Cosmo is our only chocolate running today. He's 4 years old, so he's got some experience under his belt.
Cosmo is one of those long-legged, super exciting, fun to watch Labradors. He's just a great Arkansas duck dog.
He's holding a perfect line. Look at that, straight to the blind. Over the
golly.
blind!
Goodness gracious, right over it.
Over! Over! Over!
5-point penalty there for a cast refusal. He told him to go over, and he ended up coming in, so.
Come on, Cosmo, get it together, buddy. I'm telling you, when this dog is on, he is hard to beat.
Here.
His 4 years of experience have made him a really strong marking dog.
Here.
Keith is originally from McGee, Arkansas, which is just a little south of Stuttgart. And I can promise you, Cosmo has had his time in the rice field in his life.
Well, and he certainly marked that go bird well.
Cosmo!
Cosmo's running the bank. They're going to hit him for 5 there.
And that's a bad thing to see happen. What he did was he sent him out on what he hoped would be a strong line, and he ended up drifting off and running the bank.
Looks like he sent him maybe a little to the left. Oh, yep, he knows he did. Sure hope he doesn't have to burn a whistle. Oh, he got away with one there, and he knows it. Here we go on that nasty blind. That levy's running in and out of that line the whole way to the end of the blind.
And here's where it's really, really important that he stays right on top of him here. Really keeps him in line with where he needs to go.
Running a strong blind so far. Man, what do you think the warranty is on those whistles? These guys are giving it all they got.
They are giving it all they've got. And remember, we got winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour out there today.
Very tough conditions. Angle back. Nice job. Brakes on Cosmo. Come on.
We've got some cast refusals out here. He's racking up the points, so this could be what gets him in trouble and takes him out of the running for the finals.
One more good cast. Come on, Cosmo. You can get there.
There you can see a dog that wants to do the right thing, and he's pulled it off. Keith and Cosmo have made it. They are headed for the finals.
We'll take a look at our other 2 teams who have made the finals today. Smoke and Chris Stoddard, Casey and Freddie King. They'll all be competing next time. Also, the final and deciding jump in our big air competition when we see you on the Super Retriever Series next time from Stuttgart, Arkansas.